When producing a product or making a byproduct of another product, the producer always keeps in the back of his mind, will this product be valuable economically and environmentally, or will it hurt the environment? People claim that ethanol hurts the environment in many ways. According to Alex Wilson, ethanol is said to be harmful because its energy return on investment is a 1-to-1 ratio. Alex also says that it increases the use of fertilizer and that it created more of a demand for corn, which caused corn prices and other food prices to increase. But coming from a farming family that grows our own corn, hauls that corn into an ethanol plant, and then immediately hauls the byproduct back out of the plant to use in our own cattle operation, I can argue with Alex and make my own claim that ethanol is valuable. Yes, previous plants did have a 1-to-1 ratio of energy return on investment, but the plants nowadays have improved their efficiency so that the ratio is much better now. No more fertilizer has been used than in previous years to grow an optimal crop, and ethanol hasn't caused the prices to increase. The drought caused the corn to increase to $7 a bushel, but now that we are out of the drought, corn has dropped back down to the $3.25 range. Now I will share with you the byproducts that are made at an ethanol plant, how ethanol is environmentally valuable, and value economically. At an ethanol plant, byproducts for livestock are made. The byproducts are wet distillers, dry distillers, and solubles. In the article Industry Resources Co-products, it tells us how efficient it is to make these byproducts. 17 pounds of distillers grain is made from 1 bushel of corn and 2.8 gallons of ethanol. The article Ethanol Co-products shares that the different wet distiller grains are corn gluten feed, which contains solubles, corn gluten meal, which is mainly just gluten from corn, and condensed deep water solubles, which is basically liquid syrup. Dry distillers is concentrated 3 times from the alcohol that is taken out of the corn, which then loses its protein and energy. The condensed distiller solubles are added to the dry distiller's grain to be made into a liquid form. These byproducts are said to be high-quality feed because it helps increase the livestock's rate of gain, which is valuable to the farmers and cattle operations. Ethanol is valuable to the environment because it helps decrease air pollution from vehicles. The article Ethanol Facts Environment, quote, ethanol contains 35% oxygen, unquote. Having the oxygen added to the fuel helps reduce harmful emissions. The reason why there is so much oxygen is because ethanol is plant-based, because obviously corn is a plant. It's more valuable because there's less toxic emissions being emitted when used and is completely biodegradable, unlike the regular fuel that isn't biodegradable, is a major contributor to carbon dioxide emissions, and when that supply runs out, that's all there is. Also, according to the article Ethanol Facts Environment, quote, corn ethanol decreases greenhouse gas emissions by 44%, unquote. It is very efficient to our environment because, quote, thermal energy required to make a gallon of ethanol has fallen 36% since 1995, while electricity use is down 38%, quote. That also proves that people are making ethanol more valuable and efficient, not by only using it, but also by the process of making it. Ethanol is valuable economically. Since using ethanol reduces emissions of toxic gases, the damage to air, water, and other things are reduced as well, which will help our country save money and not have to spend millions of dollars trying to clean up the damage. The article Benefits to Economy claims that, quote, ethanol use will cut the U.S. trade deficit by $34.1 billion. Having this major cut means that there would be less fuel imported from other countries since ethanol is made in the U.S., which means that there would be more job opportunities, which would then decrease the unemployment rate. 200,000 jobs would be available, to be exact. As mentioned before in the first main point, having these ethanol plants produce high-quality feed that increase the rate of gain, it doesn't just help the cattle operation. The cattle operations send their livestock to meat companies, who then sell their meat to restaurants or stores or personal consumers, where the consumers get to take home the best quality of meat to put on their kitchen table. Now, after hearing all my arguments and personal stories, I hope you realize how valuable ethanol really is environmentally and economically. So make sure that the next time you get a good piece of steak, think about how the ethanol plant helped make it the best quality of meat possible. And next time you fill up your vehicle with gas, Make sure that you use the super unleaded fuel instead of regular fuel to reduce that harmful gas emissions.